Welcome back to another video, team. Something a little bit different. I'm not sure if it's going to work or not going to work. What I've been doing lately is been posting quite a few screenshots of the sounder, very similar to this one here of Kawai and Kingfish, onto my Facebook account. And there's been lots of interest in it, and I just thought maybe it might be something that you guys want to learn, or if I can help you in any way, posting more different screenshots to give you tips on how to set up the sounder, different ways to set it up, or working out the different species from the arches, and explaining a bit more about how chirping that runs. If it's something you're interested in, comment below if it's something you want me to do. Why I'm asking, guys, it takes a long time to do these videos, and if there's a lot of interest in me doing it, I'll make an effort and try and do heaps of them. I may even look and do a subscription on my YouTube channel with a monthly membership. I've been kind of thinking this, and then I'll be posting up heaps of stuff like live bait rigs and a lot of secret stuff that I don't really normally post to give away too much. If there's something that interests you, post below. But yeah, like I was saying, I've been posting up these screenshots on Facebook, and I just thought maybe people might be interested. I'm starting to waffle on about nothing at the moment. So this first screenshot we've got going on here, I'm using a SIMRAD NSS Evo. I'm using the TM275 low, high, wide chirp, and I've also got the S5100 module as well. The Evos will run very well on chirp. To get the full function out of a chirp transducer, you need the S51 module. If you don't want to buy it straight away, you can actually just install like a chirp transducer, then later on add the module. It's just plug and go anyway, so it's no big deal to add that later on. As an upgrade, as you can see from the sounder shots, it's very, very clear. What we're doing here is we're fishing. We're actually in Stevens Passage here. We're in 32 meters of water, 17.8 degrees. You can see in the top left corner there, I'm running high chirp. Next to that little high chirp, you can see a little red dot. What I'm actually doing is in the middle of below, it says recording sonar, and that's sonar log something or other, blah 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 blah, file size, elapsed time 50 seconds. So what I'm actually doing there is recording the bottom, and that's when you see, when on some of my shots, on some of my videos, you might see really weird maps that you might not have seen before, and you don't see the coloration. I'm actually mapping all my own areas, and the beauty of this, and you'll probably notice, guys, going over ground and that in certain terrain, that the maps are so far out there. I don't know, the guys, to be honest, they were probably, I don't know. Some of the maps are so bad that it's just ridiculous. I started mapping, and all I do is basically push a couple of buttons and record the bottom, and then all I do with that is download it onto my computer, upload it, and convert it and make my own charts. But anyway, I'll get into that later. But that's what you'll see there. If the screen seems weird with that recording and that on, I'm actually mapping my own maps. And I'll put a couple shots up here to show you my own maps. The beauty of this, guys, is you get just 1,000,000% accuracy in your charts, and you can change all the colors in that as well. This is a chart of Port Kembla, the wreck out of West Haven, and you can see it broken up in distance areas here, and that's a clear map. And you can see I could run my bait straight down the middle of between both of those wrecks, and generally that's where bigger groper will sit, on the edges and outskirts of most of the wrecks, and a lot of foul as well. I don't often get them anyway, right in the middle of the foul. I find the bigger groper are generally right out the edges of the foul or wrecks and that sort of carry on. But anyway, guys, back to this chart here. You also see I like hard bottom. I like to set the hard bottom. I don't like that really sort of weird layer. And also for me, seeing that blue background there, and that's one of the color palettes you can choose from. I mean, like I said, if you guys are all interested in this, I'll go through all this training with you and so forth. So yeah, I like the blue color palette. On the left there, my gains auto, so I've got that set on auto. I've got color set on 76. And again, we'll go into this later on. For this first chart here, guys, you can see the bulk mass in the middle of the fish there. That's actually a massive school of Kawai. And generally in the passage here, they're only feeding on small stuff. So generally like little anchovies, or even smaller, like kind of like little shrimp and yeah, tiny little micro sort of baits and that sort of carry on. And you see straight above there on the surface, you've got smaller bait fish there, so they'll probably be like mackerel or something along then, smaller sort of style bait fish. But yeah, there's a clutter of smaller stuff up there, and you can see on those Kawai here, you see the harder, redder arches there, or the yellowy sort of bright, harder arches. And then in the distance, you see at the bottom, you can see broken up ones that aren't quite as strong as the other arches. So basically, if you can imagine, your transducer sending a cone down to the bottom, and effectively what you're running over there, the fish in those harder yellow red shaped arches are actually straight below you, and as the cone heads out to the side, if the fish is further out to the side, that's where those arches are lighter. So those lighter arches are actually the fish on the outer skirts of the transducer. So you can see they're massive arches there coming through there, and that's all schools of kahawai. There's a few broken up heading up towards the little smaller bait at the surface, but generally they're all thick there close together. And if you have a look close in behind here, as you start dropping down the bank there, you can see some of those arches sort of packing in nice and close on the bottom, and then that big swarm of kingies. So that is actually kingies close in behind those kahawais, and they're basically just waiting for one of those kahawai to slip up or be a bit injured or something for them to snag in. But generally the kingies aren't far behind the kahawai in Stevens Passage, and that bank drops right down to about 100 metres and comes up. And generally in the passage you'll get kingies anywhere from that surface 20 sort of to 30 metres right down to that 90 metres. So generally we'll start jigging from about that 90 metres right up the bank. But also pays to have a look at them here. Any big kingies in this shallower water in the passage, guys, are generally very, very hard to actually land. The best thing to do with them is to basically not put any pressure on and just walk the dog. Just walk them out into the deep water, basically heading into the current. If you don't put any pressure on them and just hold the rod still, try not to make any movements, you just walk them straight out off the reef and take them into deep water. And that's generally the best way if you want to land a big kingy in the shallows, because they'll just reef you otherwise if you put the pressure on them. Basically, that's it, guys. There's little bits of scattered stuff through the water there too. I mean, weed, other little bits of bait fish and that. But basically, that's a school of kahawai with a school of kingies close in behind them there. So kingies generally, guys, are very big arches. And you can see distinctively, most of those kahawai there are 40 to 50 centimetre kahawai we were catching in that lot. And those kingies, they were good sized kingies, but they were nothing massive. They were about the probably sort of 18 kilo mark. So a lot bigger kingies, a lot bigger arches, distinctively different. Yeah, so that's about it, guys, for the first sort of little chat. I'm really just seeing if anyone's interested in me doing this or not. I don't want to make an effort into it if there's not a lot of people interested in that, but if you are interested, comment below, guys, and tick and sub or any of that stuff. But I'd love to hear your thoughts and if you want me to carry on doing this or not. But yeah, thanks again for watching, and we'll see you on the next video.